Preparing to tack.
Ready for attacking in 3, 2, 1.
We've been waiting for a great day of sailing, and we finally have the perfect day to send Sweet Ruka upwind here in beautiful Patagonia. Join us as we battle against the wind and strong currents in this unforgettable wilderness, drawing ever closer to the first outpost of the small fishing village of Puerto Eden. It's time to get out the canvas and taste that salty air.
Light clear?
Yeah. Going to second ring.
Copy that.
Our plan is to sail upwind through the narrow Canal Smith with about an average of a mile wide for the majority of the journey. We've got a good workout ahead of us. What a mighty good day to go sailing. The staysail is up, so it's time to connect the running backstays. We bring these up deck when not in use to keep them out of the way. We previously moved the position of the old check stays to a running backstay position when we added the inner forestay for the staysail. After the windward running back is on, I set up the leeward one to prepare for our first tack. While running around on deck, I also make sure that the jib cars match on each side and are in a good position for the staysail, which is different from when we used the jib or genoa. The charts are not so accurate around here, so we leave a bit of wiggle room between us and the island before our first tack of many of the day. When coming out of the tack, especially in a fully loaded cruising boat, it's a good idea to drive the boat a bit lower than your close hauled position. Too tight to the wind and the boat will struggle to get its foils and start to side slip. And also, because you are coming out low, it's a good idea to have the mainsail and jib ease just a bit before bringing the boat up to course and simultaneously bringing the sails into proper trim. As you can see the boom moving here while I grind in the staysail. Being able to keep your speed brings us to proper course faster than being trimmed too tight and sailing too tight to the wind. You can see the difference from where the bow is pointing on land from when we came out of the tack and where we finally come to course.
It's not exactly favorable sailing angles and conditions, but we're against the current, against the wind, but we are a sailboat, and sometimes it's just fun to go for a sail. Get that really tight. Pull that really tight. There you go. Cool.
Preparing to tack.
Okay, ready for attacking in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Helm's over.
In this next tack, I would release the old sheet and make sure it wouldn't override, while Curtis trimmed the new sheet and drove the boat. However, this time I over-trimmed before we were up to speed, stalling us out before we could really get the foils going.
It was a little too tight. It was just pushing me down a little.
Okay.
Alright, now we're getting the bus rolling.
As we make our way up the channel, the wind is funneling and shifting through the tall mountains, and in this point we've taken a huge knock. It appears sustained, so after a bit we decide to take the better angle on the next board and go for attack. This time we time it up just right. I release the old sheet as we make our way through the wind to the other board while trimming in just enough. Curtis steers us down a bit with a slightly eased staysail to build our speed and foils before bringing the boat back on course. Then I fine-tune the trim to our new position. With all these tacks left to do, we were bound to burn a lot of calories, so we called in the snacktician for the next move. In this next tack, you can see once again that I wait until the bow is through the wind to release the staysail, and then quickly trim it in on the other side. This reduces the flapping and helps to prolong the life of the sail. And once again, you can also see really well here that Curtis comes out a little low after completing the tack before bringing it back up to course. This helps keep the speed, regain the foils, fill the sails, and stops us from side slipping like would happen if we had come out of the tack too tight.
We just left Puerto Fortuna and we're probably gonna head to Caleta Columbine or Caleta Dixon. And there's a rainbow behind us because it has been raining on and off. So we are tacking up the channel and enjoying what little bits of blue sky that we can finally see.
In this tack, I release a little too early, but the trim is spot on and we keep our speed and course very well. A good cause for celebration. You may notice that the weather changes quite frequently down here in Patagonia, and often through this upwind leg you can see the stormy clouds up ahead that roll through with some rain, moments of sun, and even the occasional rainbow. We even practice tacking using the autopilot settings. Who can do it better, the computer or us? Tacking up the fjords double-handed is significantly easier with the staysail, because otherwise we would have to work a bit harder to get the jib around the inner forestay. Luckily, the inner forestay can be removed if we find ourselves making lots of tacks and in need of a much bigger headsail. But on a windy day like today, the staysail makes for a wonderful controlled upwind leg in Patagonia. In total, we completed 16 tacks up Canal Smith. A lot of people say traveling east to west through the fjords of Patagonia is the wrong way, since we are often against the wind. But with the right boat and a good setup, it can make the challenging journey well worth it. It's nice to see some other souls out here in the wilderness as we turn the corner and finally bear away from the wind.
What are you doing? Go on, go.